On December 13th, 2025, a DeSoto County detention sergeant was escorting an inmate from intake to a holding cell, assisted by 2 other detention deputies. What should have been a routine transfer quickly escalated into a serious incident.
I'm talking to him, bro. I ain't fucking you, dog. He ain't like that, dog. Look, already know it like time it's
yeah. Hey, turn around, cuff up, bro. Cuff up.
Hey, look.
Hawkins.
I was gonna get my slides, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna get.
Get your slides.
And now y'all cornering me. It's making me feel like I'm harder than me, bro.
Yeah.
Real
No,
bro.
okay.
I don't care about anything.
The inmate was taken to the ground, placed in handcuffs, and removed from the cell.
Shit, are you okay?
Why are you punching
I'm so sorry.
me, bro?
You're good.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry for you.
okay?
I'm so sorry for you.
Okay.
Yeah, get up.
Yo, I'm so sorry for you.
Yeah, just
Turn around.
Yo,
Turn around.
I'm so sorry for you,
Turn
bro.
around.
Yep.
Go help out.
I'm so sorry for you.
Go help out.
Can all deputies second floor, please?
Don't get in my face like.
Yeah.
Don't get in my face like. Stop.
Yeah. Put him on the floor. Yeah.
Get a stick max, please. Get a stick max. I told you to stop.
Sergeant's left.
Which arm are you releasing, Smith?
Left.
Left? Okay, left.
He left.
Alright. It's off. You ready? Which one is it? Okay. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Okay, let me know when the next one's ready, okay?
After the incident, the deputy was brought in for questioning.
You know me. You know me for a long time. You know, I know you. What I believe is there's 2 stories to every side. Obviously we have, one individual side of the story. What I want to do today is give you an opportunity to give me your side of the story. But because this is a criminal investigation, I want to get your side, get your explanation. I've already heard from him. Now this is the opportunity for you to give me your side. Obviously, there's two sides to every story. Our job is going to be to determine, who's telling the truth. And it is what it is. I am going to tell you, I've been doing these type of investigations for a long time. The one time that people usually get jammed up is when they start telling lies. It's better to tell the truth from the beginning and say, maybe we could have done better or whatever the circumstances are. But like I said, I want to give you an opportunity to give me your side of the story and see what happened on that day. Obviously, you know what I'm talking about, right?
The one that's pertaining to Hawkins?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So this is your Miranda rights. I have to read you these because this is a criminal investigation. So what we'll do is read this together. You don't have to fill anything out. We'll just read it together, okay? Mm-hmm. You have the right to remain silent. Do you understand this right?
Yes.
Anything you say can or will be used against you in the court of law. Do you understand this right?
Yes.
You have the right to talk to an attorney and have him or her present with you before and during questioning.
Yes.
Do you understand this right?
Yes.
If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you at no cost to you before and during questioning if you wish. Do you understand this right?
Yes.
You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand this right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand each of these rights I've explained to you?
Yes.
Having these rights in mind, do you want to give me your side of the story? Because, you can tell me as much as you want, as little as you want. You can, at some point, say, I don't want to answer that question, or I prefer not to answer that question. this is pretty much the ball is in your court. I did not hear. I'm hard of hearing. What did you say? Do you want to give us your side?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So tell me what happened.
So we had gone called for 10:15. That was on the side court. I guess there had been a fight earlier that day at the billiards, and then with that happening, decided to bring him to the side court. He was still being a little aggressive, so I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna leave him inside 8. I'll put 2. Wait for him to cool down. An hour passed by or so, still didn't cool down. So I was like, he was kicking the door, being belligerent. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna put you in an eyeball. With that happened, I had escorted him to eye block. Told him to face the wall, kneel down for his safety, so that way he doesn't try to run when we try to take off the cuffs. I told Hawkins, I was like, hey, you can go ahead and pack up your stuff, bro, if you want. If you want to stay here, that's cool too, but he's coming in here. He's like, no, I'm not cuffing up. I was like, all right, now I'm telling you, you gotta move, bro, because you're being a little, you're getting high rate, and you're being a little bit, like the situation can get volatile really quickly. One thing led to another. He had started basically saying that we were gonna have to fight him, put him in a restraint chair. I was like, I really don't want to, but he came basically. However, we got close to him, and I was like, you know what, turn around, cuff up. He refused all overrule commands. I told him, my officers told him, turn around, cuff up. Still refused. In the midst of it, he basically bowed up. He started talking getting in my personal space. He spat over me, and then I had my cuffs in my fists, and I was like, I don't want to accidentally anything possible to happen. So I put my cuffs back in my pouch, but I seen my officer had his cuff. When that happened, he had his fist clenched, and he lunged toward me, and I just from there struck him on the upper extremity. So I was just punched him in the face, essentially.
Okay.
And then from there, I think what happened was we got into a tussle. When they tried to pick me up, I started delivering blows to his back area. My other officer was near there too, so I didn't want to accidentally strike him. I don't know how it happened, but my taser had fell out and he had fell on top of it. So with that, I was like, okay, this can get really bad really quick. This got really bad just really quickly. Still had the other guy in the corner. He was arguing, basically trying to intervene while he was cuffed up, but I didn't know what his intentions were. He was already up there for being, what's that thing called? Erratic. So when that happened, I didn't tell Smith or my officer that he was on top of the taser. I just couldn't get the words out. So I was kind of like, okay, I need his arm ASAP. So I just started delivering more strikes to his back. I didn't realize that another Machado, the booking trustee or the maintenance trustee, had came up and seen the taser fall too. So I think he grabbed his legs, I can remember, and pulled him. And then it just gave us enough time to sit there, put his hand behind his back. I reholstered my taser. And then from there, I think we escorted him out. The other inmate was still being erratic. When that happened, I was like, okay, well, go ahead, escort him downstairs, or escort him to confinement. The other inmate was still being erratic. He had basically walked right past, or him and Ramos were being escorted. She was escorting him, and he was still pulling away. So I grabbed him, slipped, and in that instance, I had kicked him as well. From there, I was like, hey, man, my bad. I apologize. But stay there. Like, this got really bad really quickly. From there, I told him to lay down, stay right there. And I went to go hear what's going on with Hawkins, because I heard him and Smith arguing back there. They sounded like they were wrestling or fighting. When that happened, I went out. I saw me and Smith had exchanged places so he can secure the doors. He had the keys for the eye block. In that moment, he turned around and spat at me. Well, I don't know, he just turned around and spat, so I hit him again, and then hit him again, and then I told him to get down on the ground. We got him to the ground, and they were like, okay, let's get a spit mask. Let's go ahead and put him in the restraint chair. From there, we picked him up, put him on the restraint chair, and it was fine until the cuffs started to come out, so I gave him more strikes to the upper torso until we managed to put his arm back in. So From there, I think I told the guys to go ahead and escort him to Alpha.
Okay. So, it seems like a lot of stuff happened. Let me go back to the very beginning. So, this whole thing pretty much transpired with a new arrestee that was being brought to the jail, and it sounds like he was being belligerent. Do you remember who that arrestee was?
Sullivan Lopez.
Sullivan Lopez. So he was being brought up. Okay, so you ended up taking him to Alpha 2. Pretty much, you said to cool down, or
yeah, to cool down. I didn't take off his cuffs because he told me that if I take off his cuffs, he was gonna fight me. So I was like, wait till I take off these cuffs. I was like, well, I go say I'm not gonna take off the cuffs.
Okay, so he made verbal threats. Wait till you take off the cuffs.
Yeah,
and he's gonna fight you.
Yeah, he's pretty big. I think he's like 220, 210, somewhere around there. So
all right, so you left him in Alpha 2 with the cuffs on. Okay, so anyways. I want to kind of go over these videos with you. The ones that we're talking about. And I didn't hear the threat where he was going to beat you up. That's the reason I'm playing it. I'm not being facetious or like think it's a joke or anything like that. I'm truly trying to get to that point. But you've heard it, and we've actually isolated the audio to where with the Motorola solutions they can actually isolate different audio tones and stuff like that. And I've played it and I can't hear it. Is he being an asshole? Absolutely. He's being an asshole.
Yes, sir.
But you're telling me that he made a threat that he's going to kick your ass.
No,
he is being belligerent.
Yes.
I'm not going to, this.
Yeah, I think where I might have misconstrued it whenever when he said, you're going to have to put me in the restraint chair. So I think that was like, okay. But that's why I probably looked at it as okay, he's obviously getting aggressive.
Right. Okay. And that's where that's the reason I'm playing it.
Yes, sir.
And this is Torino's body cam. I know you didn't. I don't think you reviewed this one, correct?
Somebody focus on somebody's left. Which arm are you really sensitive? Left. Left? Okay, look at left. Alright. It's off. Ready? Which one's it? Stop resisting. Stop resisting. No, stop resisting. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Okay, let me know when the next one's ready, okay?
There's more video. There's a lot more video. There's more body cam video. I mean, I took the time to review it all frame by frame by frame. I had discussions with people. I had discussions with Detective Calvet that sometimes people deserve things. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You got a job to do and stuff. But sometimes things are excessive. And sometimes we get hot-headed. We need to know when to step back and let somebody else take control because we're pissed off. Have you done verbal de-escalation training?
I think they kind of go. I haven't done CIT or anything like that.
Yeah, well, de-escalation during, I know Ethan does that. Talk to people, calm them down. Talk them down, negotiate. Talk.
Yes,
talk.
I think we just went over it yesterday. For what's that thing? In service.
For in service, okay. And then the next thing is like I said, you know, we have 4 incidents here. The very first, and then at one point you said it felt like he was lifting you. I looked at that video, and I'll be honest with you, it's not that he was lifting you, it's that Smith was pulling the opposite direction. You know, while he's grabbing onto you, you know, and then Smith is pulling him, so it's causing, you know, this is being done right here.
See, the time I didn't know, I thought he was
right. Then Lopez, you know, we have the situation with Lopez. Then we have the situation outside, and like I said, you know, he spat on you. You know, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one too. But at some point, you got to be able to say, enough is enough. Like, I'm not gonna, you know, get the guy down and continue, you know, throwing blows. You know, the chair, same thing. You know, yeah, he tensed up. You know, Chirinos, he's a big guy. I mean, you know, he's got the arm, you know, and Ramos is there, you know, so if need be, you know, they can do this. And like I said, after the first 2-3 blows, they finally get that strap, and you're so fixated on him that you just keep, you know, delivering strikes. I'm gonna tell you now, that's just, it's unnecessary, it's uncalled, it's excessive, it's abuse of power. Okay?
Yes, sir.
You got anything? No. No. That's it. Simple. All right, man.
Yes, sir.
We're putting you on the record. Okay?
He was charged with 2 counts of battery. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.